Shalom, how's everybody? I am sure that I am the only Egyptian Zionist that you will ever meet in your life, but my name is Majed El Shafie. I was born in February 17, 1977, which is mean I'm still young and handsome. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate all your hard work. I was born from a wonderful Muslim family back home in Egypt. Most of my family worked in the legal career. What I mean worked in the legal career, my father was a lawyer, my brother was a lawyer, my uncle was judge in the Egyptian Supreme Court. When you're born from family like this, you found huge big library in your bedroom full of books about human rights, freedom, and justice. I believed in every and each one of these books. After I finished my high school, I went to the law school in Alexandria to become a lawyer like the rest of my family. But in the first year, the persecution that I witnessed that happening to the Christian minority shocked me to the core. In Egypt, for example, there is, as we are talking right now in this beautiful church, you cannot build churches in Egypt. It's against the law. It's against al-Khatt al-Hamayuni law. It's a law in Egypt that you cannot build churches. You can build bar, discotheque, but not church. In Egypt, for example, there is 6,000 to 7,000 activists that are in prison, right? Christian activists that are in prison right now, just because they are Christians, not because any another reason. Egypt originally was a Christian country until the 7th century. A man from the Muslim belief, he entered Egypt by the name of Umar ibn al-As. He entered Egypt by force and he forced the Christians to convert from Islam to Christianity. All of these facts and the reality make me wonder why there is persecution happening to the Christians in Egypt. As a Muslim young man, I start to ask the questions. You have to understand that they don't persecute us. They persecute Christ in us. You have to understand, you don't persecute somebody unless you are scared from the truth that they carry. Let me put it by this way, I live in downtown Toronto. Jehovah's Witnesses used to come knocking on my door every Saturday. They used to. I don't know why they start, but I smile in their faces. I tell them, come in, let's have a cup of coffee together. And once they come in, I lock the door, they can't leave, but that's not the point. I have 4 Jehovah's Witnesses in the closet right now. I don't know what to do with them. It's an Egyptian humor, they don't have to call 911 yet, but they don't persecute us, they persecute Christ in us. After that, I went to my best friend Tamer. My time is very limited here, so I will just have to run in the testimony. But after that, I went to my best friend Tamer. Tamer was Christian, I was a Muslim. And I started to ask the question, and Tamer, he said, Majid, I will give you a book. If you are really seeking the truth, you found the truth in this book. This book wasn't only about rules and the regulations, but it's also about sacrifice, forgiveness, and grace. We call it the Holy Bible. And first time I opened the Holy Bible was John 8, and in John 8 they brought a lady, commit adultery, throw her in front of the Lord and told him, listen, if you are really Son of God, judge this lady according to the law of Moses. According to the law of Moses, this lady should deserve to be stoned to death. The Lord started to write down in the sand by his finger. They repeated the question again. He looked at all of them, he told them, who without sin cast her the first stone? Now think about it, the only one who can really cast her the first stone is Christ himself, because he is the only one who have no sin. But he didn't. He looked at her and he told her, go, sin no more, I forgive you. People of God, the difference between Islam and Christianity in one sentence, that in Islam, the God of Islam sent his people to die for him, but in Christianity, our God came to die for us. I started to build underground churches back home in Egypt. Very long story short, in August 15, 1998, I was arrested by the Egyptian authority. I was tortured for 7 days, and I received the death penalty. I escaped from my house arrest to Cairo, from Cairo, Alexandria, and Alexandria to Sinai Desert. That's when I stole the jet ski and I crossed the border from Taba to Eilat, from Egypt to Israel. Some of you would tell me, but you are a pastor, you are a reverend, how could you steal a jet ski? I stole the jet ski, sue me, long story short. And it's very easy to steal a jet ski because the only thing under that, no, I'm not telling you. Anyway, in Israel, under the peace agreement, Camp David, Israelis was under pressure to surrendering me back again to Egypt. But with the United Nations and Amnesty International, I become a free man again in Jerusalem. For years, they teach me how to hate Israel. For years in the news, in the school, neighbors, they teach me how to hate Israel. It was easier to hate Israel than to love Israel. But I'm here to tell you that today, I'm standing in front of you as the founder and president of One Free World International, and one of our mandates is to fight anti-Semitism and to support Israel and to defend our Holy Land. Today, there is a new anti-Semitism around the world. And the new anti-Semitism is wearing a mask. It's not about Jewish people anymore, it's about Israel because it's more politically correct. Today, attacking Israel is much easier. And I'm not telling you here that Israel is perfect or the Jewish people is perfect. No. They're human beings like me and you. You can criticize Israel as you wish. In a matter of fact, I lived in Israel and there is nobody criticizes Israel more than the Israelis. You can criticize Israel as you wish, but you cannot take from Israel two main foundations: Israel's right to exist and Israel's right to defend itself. So in conclusion, once again, my time is just 10 minutes, so I have to close this right now. In conclusion, one thing I need to leave you with. I want you to remember what I was saying. The persecuted Christians is dying, but they're still smiling. They are in very deep, dark night, but we still have the candle of the living God. Our enemy, the enemy of Israel, the enemy of believers, have very strong army, have very strong weapon, but we have the Lord Almighty. Believe me when I tell you, after every night there is new morning carrying new day. After every storm there is sunshine, and after every persecution there is victory in Jesus' name. Believe me when I tell you, they can kill the believers, but no one can kill the belief of our hearts. They can kill the dreamer, but no one can kill the dream. Thank you and God bless.